to bring you a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. A delicious and perfect pairing for a day at the ballpark. Stocked at American Family Field all season long. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part, zero bubbles. Ask for it at your local bar or liquor store. Surfside, an official partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
We got delays northbound on 43 from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up to Keefe. Southbound so far so good, looking pretty good. On the southbound side of 41, delays from Good Hope Road all the way down to Capitol Drive. Northbound is backing up just before Mayfair Road all the way up to Hampton. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Mostly cloudy skies, scattered morning showers, and isolated afternoon storms. A high of 73. Tonight, scattered showers and storms, a low of 64. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman every day from 2 to 5. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You said no salad at dinner?
Oh, yeah. Isn't that weird? A pizza place.
Now it's less weird, just so you know.
But I think most people love a salad with their pizza.
Oh, hey, guys. Man, I'm telling you, this pizza idea is really going to happen.
This is the thing where you go and you have to make your own pizza?
Yeah, we give you the dough.
No salad at a pizza place is a deal breaker?
Yes.
I have to be honest. I have never had a salad with my pizza.
I have to have a salad with my pizza.
You smash it, you pound it, you fling it up in the air, and then you get to put your sauce, and you get to sprinkle your cheese, and then you slide it into the oven.
Very good pizza, lasagna, the wine, absolutely horrible.
No.
Horrible.
You're not allowed. No.
Yeah. It's almost undrinkable
You're
for me.
You know, you have to know how to do that. You can't have people shoving their arms into a 600-degree oven.
It's all supervised.
Oh, well.
Oh, you want to invest?
My money's tied up in change.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight, he ain't doing nothing but running his mouth. Talk about it, we all about it. They making plans, we sit and count. Our chairs stacked just like a mountain. You heard about it, she running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like.
It's my favorite kind of day here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. It's a 5-pound, 10-pound day. 10 pounds of stuff, 5 pounds of real estate. We're going to try to get it all in. We got Skenes. We got The Miz. We got the NBA draft. We got Chewy tasting his ketchup because he declared, was it last week?
Yeah, last week.
About a week ago.
This one's your beloved.
That's your guy.
You think you can
Once I nail that one, it's over.
Then it's over?
You think the other ones are all going to fall into place? Chewy is doing a ketchup taste test today here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We also have Adam Schefter.
I've had that.
Red gold, excuse me. Red gold, folds of honor. A little, supporting the troops there. Hunts. How you feel about Hunts?
Yeah, I had it. Can I see the receipt?
Why do you want to see the receipt?
I just want to see the receipt.
Prices.
I mean, the receipt's not in the bag. I threw the receipt out. I don't know what you want me to do. Some organic ketchup. Organic ketchup.
What is organic ketchup?
That's a great question. I was thinking the exact same thing. How does one make?
They don't put fertilizer in it, and it's.
And then Kroger Original, just the basic of
standard barbecue ketchup. Can you do me a favor and pull up the organic ketchup?
Okay.
What is the difference between the ingredients on the organic ketchup and the regular ketchup? Is it organically grown tomatoes?
Organic tomato concentrate, organic sugar, organic vinegar, salt, organic spices, organic onion powder.
This might come as a shock to some of you. The parameters to call things organic are quite thin.
I guess.
Organic spices?
I believe Morgan Spurlock did when they were talking about the Super Size Me 2. For something to be considered pasture raised, they have to get 30 minutes a day in a pasture. And The requirements to call yourself those things are.
Is it a scam?
Yes, largely that's what I'm
So
trying
it's
to
like,
tell you.
hey, you made the Pro Bowl, but I was a seventh alternate. Yeah, great. You really did. Sure.
I also love that is your baseline scam. Like anytime we talk scam,
me more.
you go straight
Nothing
to
bothers
Pro
me
Bowl.
more. Yes.
I thought you said pasteurized. You said pasture raised,
Yes.
which is a distinction. If you
Yes,
will.
they're very different processes.
Are we pasteurizing ketchup now? That seems unnecessary. So we've got the ketchup contest going on today as well. Lots of stuff to get to, but I want to begin here, guys. We talked a lot yesterday about Joshy's package. Wait, hold. We talked a lot yesterday.
I wasn't. All right, I'll leave it alone.
About the
Don't
package.
worry. Your turn's coming next.
Yeah.
We're not only just your package, we're
My
going to be talking
3
about
packages?
Yeah, we're talking about your neighbor's package.
You're a medical marvel, my friend. So, yesterday we talked a lot about the package that UPS left on a neighbor's porch. They took it inside. They have not returned it. I assume, Joshy, there is no update there. There's none. Still have not. Even the threat of being talked about on the radio, the reality of being talked about on the radio was not enough to shame the neighbors into returning the package. And so yesterday, all of a sudden, we get a little ding in our group text chain. And Chewy, you sent us a photograph of what?
Yeah. So I go to the lake house because my wife texted me that we had an Amazon, just a tiny one of the envelopes, because I got a windsock for one of the flagpoles. I like to know which direction the wind's blowing. Little package, so they take a picture of it and put it right next to the garage, because the garage is detached from the house.
Pretty standard.
So I show up. 3 huge Amazon boxes.
Did you think that your wife had ordered something without you?
Immediately where I went.
All right.
Immediately where I went, and I'm like, what the hell did she order now? So I go over there, and my little package.
There it is.
Package
yeah, it is.
Is behind the boxes, which they took the picture of. So then I look at the big packages, 3 different names, 3 different addresses. And I'm like, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Because I was talking to Gabe earlier. I know my 2 neighbors on each side, right? Now, I know there are people on the lake, but there's like 3,000 houses on the lake.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the lake, yeah.
So,
it starts...
don't know any of the names, don't know any of the addresses. Here's the deal, Amazon. You have till Saturday to come get them, or I open them and then I throw them away. I don't work for you. This was clearly I don't know where these houses are. I don't give a crap. I'm just going to leave them here.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with you specifically. It has everything to do with this Amazon driver, maybe at the end of his shift, deciding...
Quiet quitting?
Bleep it.
Yeah.
No, this isn't very quiet, Jen. This was pretty loud, just washing your hands of whatever's left in the truck, leaving in front of your house and deciding, I'm done for the day.
What would you guys do?
Well, that's not first. What I would do is not what you're going to do. I would stick them in my car. I'd put the addresses that are on the packages in the GPS, and I would drive them to the houses and drop them off.
Big boxes, moderately heavy.
Hey, get a little workout in.
I don't have time.
You have all the time.
I do. Are you kidding me?
Like, are the streets even the same? Like, do you have any idea?
Lake Drive goes around the whole thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, but are they all on Lake Drive, or at least are there other ones that are mixed in?
I didn't even look.
Okay.
I just saw that they weren't mine, and I'm like, I ain't doing it.
Do you believe in karma?
This isn't karma.
No, but do you believe in karma?
Yeah. What comes around goes around? Charleneism.
Yeah.
My mother. Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
Almost.
They're
sort of
related.
nailed it.
Yeah.
Okay. So the idea of you take 20 minutes and you put some good karma out there into the universe doesn't attract you at all. They're not interested at all.
What my client is interested in is just avoiding the bad karma. That's all he wants. That's all he wants to do. Doesn't care about the good karma, just wants to avoid the bad karma.
Yeah.
We're not trying to acquire good karma.
No.
We're just trying to avoid the bad karma.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is not my job. When I pay someone to perform a job, I expect them to do it as if I would do it. When I cut my in-laws' lawn, I cut it exactly like I'd cut my lawn. Stripe it, everything. I don't go there and I'm like, oh, I'll just go in circles because it's quicker. That's how I operate.
Are you paying the Amazon delivery guy?
Paying him.
Yeah.
Indirectly, we are.
Yeah.
How?
Sure.
By ordering packages from Amazon.
Yeah. There's a delivery fee in there. They're gouging. Amazon
famously
aren't
no
putting up-
delivery fees.
I
Well,
also
if you
don't
have
think
Prime.
that.
So if I don't have Prime, now I am paying the guy?
I don't think, again, this is out of my depth a little bit, I will admit it, but I don't think those Amazon drivers are making a lot of money.
No,
I
they're
think
famously
they make a pittance.
And I was going to rain on the parade here a little bit. These people are oftentimes peeing in their vehicles, working extremely hot conditions. And if they aren't delivering in enough speed, they are also reprimanded, sometimes fired. So not to give an excuse, but I can easily see how I can't find these houses. And if I don't deliver these packages within the next 10 minutes, I'm in trouble and
So
I'm
it's
going to
my
be...
problem?
No.
That
Well,
you have a
not-
crappy
not
job?
what I
Go
said.
to school and get a better job.
Okay, well, that's rather dismissive.
You know?
Well, I mean,
Here's the thing. I can feel Chewy's frustration because those packages are going to sit there and they're sort of on his proverbial plate, right? He's trying to say they're not my responsibility, but the more that they sit there and he sees them, I can feel it, Chewy. It's nagging you, right? The packages are nagging you.
Yeah, they'll sit there till Saturday. I mean, I got to go out there today. I'll see if they're still there. You know, my guess is the people who purchased them are looking at their picture going, where the hell is that?
Who the hell's house is that?
Yeah. You know?
because you said that they only took. So when
They
they
only
took the picture of your
Correct.
package,
Yes.
and then after that picture was taken,
Put them down.
the
guy
larger
knew
packages
exactly
came
what
in.
he was doing. Exactly.
So yeah, I'm curious if he even took pictures of the other ones, or if he just dumped them and decided that's it for me.
Not my problem.
Folks weighing in on the Carbless Talking text line already this morning. Sherry in the 262 says, Chewy, what if this was your package at someone else's house? What would you want that person to do?
Well, Amazon would refund me. It's Amazon's problem, not mine. Amazon isn't putting up all these huge distribution centers because they're not making money.
Oh, they are making money,
Yeah.
hand over fist. I've been watching videos of Jeff Bezos and his fiance having a foam party on their $500 million yacht.
Yeah, and just think, Bezos lost like half of his worth too in the previous divorce. But also, so what if you recognized one of your neighbors?
Then I would, yeah.
Then you just walk over there and get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But after that, because again, like you live out on the lake, it's pretty spread out over there.
Yeah.
It's not like Joshy's situation where it's like, oh, something got delivered around the block, something that he walks to quite frequently.
Yeah, no, if I recognize the name, then yeah, of course.
Yeah, if it's a friend of yours, you would deliver.
Also, it feels like maybe this is a PSA right here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning. If you live on the lake and you're missing some packages, they're at Chew's house.
Drive down there. They're right out in front of the garage. You can't miss them.
Can't miss them.
Huge. They're right there. You would all you guys search it out?
Like again,
Wait,
because
I can't believe you're sitting here going to around it. You drive people
well,
to
no,
the
what
airport.
I'm saying is it's easier, I think, for like me and Joshy living in the city, like because everything's just a lot more condensed. Like it's going to be if a package gets delivered to my house, like chances are it's going to be within a block radius where I'm going to have to take it.
As
that's
we learned
not
through Joshy's situation.
That's not going to be the case for you because, as you mentioned, like Lake Drive goes all around the lake.
Yeah.
So, like, you could have to literally go miles.
And the numbers weren't even close.
Wait, but again, forgive me while I push back on this, Gabe.
Yeah.
Even if you lived at the lake, you, the nice guy, the good guy who believes in karma, who appreciates, getting karma, I think you would drive around the lake and drop them off.
I'd throw it in the lake and hope it floats over.
You would not. That is the biggest bunch of bull honky that's ever been said on this show, and that is saying a lot.
Just trying to give Chew ideas.
Yeah.
Maybe a little discus toss into the lake. See if it gets to where it's going.
Do you have a dinghy? Do you have a little dinghy? You could put him on the dinghy, push him out into the lake, and then it could be like a.
Maybe one's Wilson. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a message in a bottle. If it gets where it gets, it was meant to be.
But also, like, it could be a little like Hunger Games / Squid Games for the people on the lake, right? I'm missing a package. Oh, yeah, Chewy, he sent it out into the dinghy.
I would think most people would be like in 50-50, my camp.
I'm not sure. I'm guessing more people are like you because, again, we have the example of Josh, somebody just taking whatever. Like the last time I had a package that went missing and I had to go through the process of getting something refunded, got it refunded, and then it eventually just showed up on my door. I have no idea where it got delivered. I think like one person put it on somebody else's porch and it wasn't theirs, and that person was kind enough to bring it to mine.
Yeah.
I'm guessing more people are like you and like, bleep it. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I can't deal with this. This is Amazon or UPS or FedEx's fault.
I mean, Amazon doesn't even make it easy. Is there a number you call, or you got to sit there on hold for an hour and tell them, yeah, you delivered these 3 monster packages?
No, it's all just online. You file your claim.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
I mean, and like you said,
I don't totally know the process for these don't belong to me and they're nobody's in the houses. I don't fully know that process. And especially where you live, like out by me, it's more common to see an Amazon truck. It's potential you were given it from FedEx or UPS or whatever.
No, I'm pretty sure. Why, could you tell or no? No, because it has the swoosh on them.
Well, that's the packaging.
Yeah. But the delivery method, sometimes, like I see an Amazon truck drive through, but sometimes Amazon uses FedEx or UPS.
Or even just people driving their own vehicles
Correct.
now. I think they've gotten to that point. Joshua, you mentioned that the Amazon driver might have been on a time crunch.
Yep.
And, with the parameters that we believe exist for some of these drivers, his thought was, if I just leave them here, I'll be back on time and I'll be able to, potentially keep my job. If he calls and complains, if he logs in and fills out, like you guys were saying, the complaint form or the, what do you call those? It's not a grievance. It's like a dispute
like a misdelivery.
Yeah, if you fill that out, does the guy run the risk of getting fired?
I would imagine there is if it's like a repeat offense, but there's going to be mistakes. Everyone understands that to a certain degree, right?
But just dumping 3 packages on somebody's outside of somebody's garage that don't
It's just
belong
really
there.
bad luck by that driver, by the way, that it was Chewy's house.
Oh yeah,
right.
Because again,
really bad luck.
If it's just one package or like 3 packages and they got the address wrong, and the address on the 3 packages that aren't yours are all the same,
Sure.
But it's 3 different packages, 3 different addresses. This is very clearly somebody just dumping their bucket.
You also need to factor in the fact that Amazon isn't going to invest a lot of time and money into figuring out what went wrong. Oftentimes, if you try and return stuff through Amazon, they'll just say, just keep it. That's a big response you get for a lot of stuff because it costs them more money to bring it back, repackage it, and ship it out again than it is to just say, just have it. We're done with it. We'll move on.
But they zipped my package. They zipped my package.
What do you mean? Zipped it.
Well, they got to do the little beep and then put it down so they knew
your address,
my name, and my place. Yeah. And they knew the other ones didn't. Nothing matched up.
Yeah, correct.
Were they all together or separate? Like
they were all stacked on one another.
This is somebody who had the bleep-its.
Yeah,
they were just done with they were done for the day.
Now, if
we've all reached that
I will
point.
say this: if all the 3 were one address, then I'd probably do it. I ain't covering this guy. I don't even know the guy. Probably Bears fan or something like that. I ain't covering his
Here's
ass.
the thing that separates, I think, you from me and probably the other 2 as well. I would at least investigate where they are because I'd be so curious. Like, is this on the other side of the lake or is this 3 houses down? Like, my curiosity would take over. I'm not saying I would drive to every single house and take 30 minutes out of my day to do it.
You don't know, Josh, because the addresses are N7645 W948241 Lake Drive. Like
Also probably for some of the reason he struggled.
Excellent point.
It's not just 4 numbers, right?
Yeah.
Like,
1, 2, 3, 4 Lake Drive. 1, 2, 3, 5 Lake Drive. Right. No, we're talking about a very complex system that you guys have out there in Lake Country, which, to be perfectly honest, baffled me when we came out to visit you for the party. I was like, "What?
I know, isn't it?
4 houses down, 3 houses. Where are we?"
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Now we're all warmed up. We got our stretch in so we can talk about all of the things going on today. Ms. V. Skenes out at AmFam. I assume, Gabe, based on your attire, that you are headed out to the ballpark this afternoon.
No.
Oh, yeah, of course he is. You going to go straight there? You going to go right from here to there?
The ballpark doesn't open at 9, but if it did.
Go to Top Golf. Or
X-Golf.
X-Golf. There, I was close.
And they appreciate that.
75%.
We will talk about Ms. v. Skenes at AmFam Field right after this on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Stick around.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We're still seeing some delays northbound 43 coming up from about Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up towards Keefe. Southbound's got a little bit of a backup right past Silver Springs, so give yourself a little extra time. Southbound on 41 backing up from just south of Appleton Avenue down to Burleigh. Northbound slowing from about Mayfair Road all the way up to Hampton. Traffic is brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash. Sun's out, suds out. Celebrate the Tsunami Express Car Wash New Berlin grand opening with free washes and membership deals from June 25th to July 6th. 15301 West Coffee Road. Tsunami Express. Wash, chill, repeat. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Mostly cloudy, scattered morning showers, then isolated afternoon storms. A high of 73. Tonight, scattered showers and storms, a low of 64. Weather's brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. Easy and affordable apparel personalization with no minimums and fast turnaround for all your printing needs. BigFrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
This is the next phase in my therapeutic work.
Nicole Kidman returns for the Hulu original 9 Perfect Strangers Season 2.
Breathe in, breathe out.
This is safe?
We take you back to a core trauma. Breathe in, breathe out.
She is manipulating us.
Breathe in, breathe out. While you're resisting.
Is it too late to get a refund? The all-new season of 9 Perfect Strangers is now streaming on Hulu and Disney+. New episodes Wednesdays.
Most people in radio commercials talk really fast. But we made this one for RV owners. Progressive knows they like the slower pace of RV life, like this commercial. And they know Progressive will protect their RV at a fair price with discounts. Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Small's here. It's time to turn things up a notch. This summer, don't binge watch shows. Binge s'mores by the campfire. Press pause on the podcast and press play on the warm weather vibes. Here's your chance to win $10,000 for your ultimate summer. What are you waiting for? Take your shot with 5-Hour Energy and make this summer your best summer ever. Visit 5heshot.com for full details and rules and enter today. No purchase necessary. Ends June 30th, 2025.
The Protect the Package golf outing takes place on August 16 at Ironwood Golf Course. Come be a part of the most unique outing in the state while helping loved ones battle cancer. Proceeds benefit the This Time Tomorrow Foundation. Sign up your foursome at thistimetomorrow.org under the Events tab.
Make plans to stop by Third Ward Beer Garden at Catalano Square. Experience Milwaukee's favorite beer garden, the perfect spot to meet up with friends in the Third Ward. Open Wednesday through Sunday with live music Thursday through Saturday. Good times and great vibes await at Third Ward Beer Garden.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Unbelievable that they ran all over this vaunted defense, this elite defense.
What Kool-Aid?
Why? It was poop Kool-Aid. And we gobbled it down.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Talking about Aaron Rodgers here in the break on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We will get to that conversation as the show goes on. Again, a 10-pound, 5-pound day here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. But I want to get to Miz v. Skenes immediately. So you got the Miz, Jacob Mizorowski, and you got Paul Skenes, who are going to be dueling today at AmFam Field. And Joshy was kind enough to go over to our friends at the Potawatomi Sportsbook and give us some of the bets that you can make on these two guys. Before we get to those, though, I don't know that there has been a more highly anticipated, exciting regular season game at AmFam Field in years.
Yeah.
I mean, how far back do you need to go before you're like, this is a must-see, must-attend, take the day, or at the very least, block out your calendar, your work calendar, your Outlook calendar from 1 o'clock until 3 o'clock today so you can catch these two on the hill at AmFam Field.
CC?
That's exactly where I was going.
Yeah, because
When he was on that tear.
every CC start was appointment because literally he would take the mound and he was on no-hit watch.
Yeah.
Almost got one, too. Like, got
Incomplete
really
game
close.
watch.
Yeah, well, he was, I mean, that was just a given toward the end. Like, he was just going to go all 9. But, like, something special was going to happen. Yeah, so probably since 2008. And because CC was that special.
Like, thinking of non-playoff games, where does 160, and I know it wasn't at AmFam, but game 163, that feels like.
Yeah.
Is that technically the postseason, or is that still regular
Technically,
season?
that was a regular season
And
game.
that's 2017? You're talking about 2018, and that was Cubs v. Brewers 163. That was a big deal. You know where I was? I was in California at an ESPN event watching it on my phone like this. Oh, we're at a conference? Okay, well, cool, but I got to pay attention to this baseball game. So some of the bets that you can place on this game today, I guess I would stay away from the outcome, like the money line, who's going to win the game, because once these two are out, you never know what's going to happen with the bullpen. The Brewers bullpen has been really good, but like you just, to me, it's a crapshoot. To me, the excitement is not necessarily who wins or loses the game. To me, the excitement is watching these two elite pitchers do battle out there on the mound. So total runs over 6.5, minus 115, under 6.5, minus 106. Joshy, you're our gambling guy here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. You have a preference of which way you would lean on that one?
Sorry, repeat it.
Over under. Total runs.
With games like this and pitchers that are this highly heralded, I usually go against the grain here. As much as we all think it's going to be low scoring, I like to kind of push against the public, and I would like the over because I also think I doubt both of these guys go remarkably deep into the games. Now, they're both certainly capable of it with the way they can mow down hitters. But I would try and find the over for the long run because I think once you get into those bullpens, there's a better chance for it. You open up a bunch of potential. If I am looking to hit any of the unders, it's the first 5 where I can almost guarantee both those guys are going to go at least 5 innings. And that's sort of where I would try and seek out the unders on those and trying to play into, these guys are going to be out there and they're going to dominate the game. I mean, Levering said it with us earlier this week where it's going to be a race to 1. I think it'll be a little bit higher than that, but I don't expect there to be, especially with how bad the Pirates offense is.
Gabe, you like the strikeouts that we got here on the sheet? Miz strikeouts over 5.5, minus 134, under 5.5, plus 102.
I mean, he hasn't been he hasn't hit high strikeout numbers. I mean, it's been around 1 an inning is kind of what he's been able to do. Again, the value's not on the over. That's the problem. Like, it's so enticing because, as Joshy said, this Pirates offense
stinks.
It's very bad. They struck out 11 times last night. Freddie Peralta on the mound, and Freddie, he's he had his 8 strikeouts in 5 innings. It's just such a bad offense. Even if I think that Miz, because his career high for pitches in a game, or season high for pitches in a game this year is 97. It's not like he's going to go deep into this game throwing 110 pitches. They're going to keep that, But if he throws 5 innings, like, I feel good about him getting 6 strikeouts. That's the problem. It seems like it's a stay away. The Skenes over 7.5 strikeouts. Now that seems enticing. Plus 120. Because he has been so good all season long. He's been the best pitcher in baseball.
The pressure's on Miz, though. Because Skenes has already arrived. Right?
Yeah, because he was Rookie of the Year.
Does that matter? Because in football, early, I'm trying to think of 2 young quarterbacks going head-to-head. Maybe one guy's a year younger.
Well, like Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love. Can you make that comp from last year?
Would that be a good comp? Who would be the favorite?
The problem there is Jaden Daniels is probably better than Jordan Love. And Jaden Daniels would be Mizorowski in that comparison.
Right, is that okay? I mean, Jordan Love was in the league. He had that
but
torrent stretch, and then he wins the playoff game.
Like, is there a fear of Miz trying to do too much? Because he's like, Skenes, I got to show him up here.
I literally do not have that fear with that guy. Like, for some players, sure. But it seems like he is just so much into his world and what he does.
Well, young, dumb, and full of shaving cream?
Mm-hmm.
Also, how much more juiced up can you get when you're throwing 102 on any given day?
When you're reaching back and pitch number one is coming triple digits.
Yeah,
Looking at the gun, that was 107. That wasn't 103. Come on.
We will continue talking about this game this morning. We do have to get to Adam Schefter, but how excited are you about Miz v. Skenes out at AmFam Field today? Will you be going to the game? Will you be watching the game? Will you be listening to the game while you're at work? Just curious what the number of people, what the population of people who are going to be tuning into this game are, because, again, we can't think of another game in the last, it sounds like decade, right? At least, you said 2008. So.
Yeah.
So longer than that.
Almost 2 decades.
Wow.
That we have been this excited for a regular season matchup at AmFam Field. Let us know, 800-990-3776. Adam Schefter joining the show right after this.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Northbound 43 still backed up from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up to Keefe. Southbound slowing down from Good Hope Road down past Silver Spring. 41 southbound's got some backups from Appleton Avenue down to Burleigh, with the northbound side backing up from just before Mayfair Road all the way up to Hampton. Traffic is brought to you by the Bud Pavilion's free concert series, Wednesday Night Live. The Toys take the stage this Wednesday. Gates open at 6. Live music starts at 7. Wednesday Night Live at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Mostly cloudy, scattered morning showers, then isolated afternoon storms, a high of 73 tonight. Scattered showers and storms, a low of 64. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Good, how we doing?
Ready to escape to a resort that has it all? The Island Resort and Casino is your total thrill getaway, where championship golf, a luxury spa, world-class gaming, and epic entertainment come together. Tee it up at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Unwind at the Drift Spa. Dine, play, win, repeat. Go all in on an unforgettable getaway. Book your total experience today at islandresortandcasino.com.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
For more than 75 years, University of Maryland Global Campus has given you the opportunity to build your next success. Choose from more than 135 degree and certificate programs in career-relevant fields like business, healthcare, data analytics, cybersecurity, and more. Plus, we offer 100% online and hybrid courses, personalized advising, and lifetime career services. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BODY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BODY to 321-321. That's BODY to 321-321.
everyone's go-to source for all NFL news.
And we're going to get right to some breaking news here that just came down. This tweet from Adam Schefter.
Adam's on the phone. Adam, you got more news? What do you got?
They're going with another move. And here is the man who knows all, Adam Schefter.
It's ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter.
I would just say that right now I think all options are on the table. I think that they went through that trade thing and they talked to teams, and it's not like those talks are shut down, but they didn't go anywhere. And when they don't go anywhere, it opens up the possibility they could be back.
Adam Schefter on JGC is sponsored by Island Resort and Casino. Gaming, casual, and fine dining. 2 golf courses, a luxury spa, and live entertainment. Your total experience is at the Island.
Adam Schefter time here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Good morning, Adam. How you doing today?
Good morning, everybody. How we doing?
We are good. Chewy's got his ketchup taste test today. Not sure if you caught wind of this, but Chewy is very, very confident in his ability to identify the differences between ketchups. Adam, how confident are you in our guy's ability to identify different ketchups?
As confident as he is, I'm sure Chewy feels that strongly about it. What is this for? Like,
All right, well,
how
here's
does this
the
come
thing,
to
Adam.
be?
See, Heinz is the GOAT, right? It's the GOAT.
Yeah.
So my wife has a little Sicilian cheapness in her, so she doesn't like to go with the GOAT. She likes to go with the kinds that separate if they stay in the fridge long enough. You know, you could see the oil and whatever else goes into it. So I said,
Yeah, my wife doesn't have any of that Sicilian blood in her.
Yeah. So I said I could nail it because I think ketchup's one of the condiments you can't skimp on ketchup. So we're going to put it to a
So
little taste
nobody's
test.
sponsoring this. Nobody's paying you.
No.
This is just a
Chewy made a
basic
claim.
experiment.
Yeah.
Chewy made a claim, and we wanted to, because Adam, the thing about the big guy is, and we love him to death. Like I love the big guy. He says a lot of things, and very rarely does he back up those things. So now we want to force him into a situation where he has to back up what he said.
Well, I have confidence that that's what a Boston college education will do for you. It'll allow you to discern the difference between Heinz and the no frills, no brand name ketchup. Like if that's what it takes. And Chewy, how many years you been married for now?
Be 15.
15. 15 years of saving some shekels. That's pretty impressive. So I'm sure he's been able to, he's got a discerning palate right now.
Well, I want to put you to the same test, okay? When it comes to quarterbacks, I know Aaron Rodgers is your 4th favorite. Give me your 3 favorite quarterbacks of all time who you covered.
Well, hold on. Who said that Aaron Rodgers is my 4th favorite?
I made that up.
See what I'm talking about, Adam? See what I'm talking about?
I can't believe you even had to ask that question, Adam. We all knew where that fact
I will
came
say
from.
this. I will say Aaron Rodgers and Dan Marino are the most gifted throwers of the football that I've ever seen in my 35 years of covering the National Football League. The way that they both threw was special, like memorable, like pretty incredible.
Like I'll give you my top 3, Adam. Adam, my top 3 is obviously number 4. And then Jim Kelly and Steve Young. Absolutely love those guys.
Shocking that they all came from your era.
Yeah. But, Adam, who are your top 3 guys to cover, guys you hung with?
Well, okay. Are we talking quarterback like ratings, or are we talking about like my own personal
Your own
favorites?
personal experience with the guys. You know what? He is a really good dude.
I'm going to go John Elway 1 just because I've had so many experiences with John, and I feel like he helped professionally raise me. So I have to defer to John. I'll give the second slot to Steve Young. And, I mean, the time that I spent with him on Monday Night Countdown, I love that guy. He's
a great dude.
He's awesome. And I'm going to make my 3rd favorite quarterback a tie. And I'm just going to say, and by the way, both Boston College, the Hasselbeck brothers together.
Oh, yeah.
How about that?
Those are my guys, too. Yeah,
Matt and Tim together. I love them.
Yeah.
And
I just wanna
there's
be clear.
there's nobody There's nobody that I love making fun of more than Tim on air. Like nobody. Like even we were doing Sports Center a couple of weeks ago, and he's talking about how some of these Browns quarterbacks, Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabe, they'll be standing off to the side, and they'll, when we don't have to pay much attention to whether they'll start until they're actually taking reps with the ones. They're standing off to the side, and he came back to me and I said something to the effect of, look, nobody knows more about standing off to the side as a quarterback than Tim Hasselbeck. It's like, so it's just those guys are great guys and they're great people. So I'll make them the third. And obviously that's a very personal list just because all the quarterbacks I listed, I've had extensive personal interactions with. Mm-hmm. So I've met a lot of quarterbacks. I got to tell you something, like Peyton Manning is unbelievable. Some of the interactions we've had through the years. And Tom Brady is as good a person, truly, as I've encountered. So it's hard to leave them off the list now that I start thinking about this and go through the list of quarterbacks in my mind. Both those guys, like, you want to hear an amazing Tom Brady story? I didn't tell this in my podcast that I meant to. But when my daughter she had done the ESPYs, I guess she was probably 6-7 years old. It was the first time. And it went very well, so much so that they're like, we should do this again. Let's send Dylan to an NFL preseason game and have her interview players after. And they asked for New England. So she had to be 7 years old. She's 16. So this had to be 9-10 years ago. And after the game, I'll never forget, we went to Detroit, she and I, to meet the Patriots. They were playing the Lions that night. And in the first quarter, Julian Edelman tore his ACL in the game. It was devastating. You could imagine what it would be like. And I'm thinking to myself, Dylan has no idea. Oh, my God, we got to go down to this postgame locker room for these interviews that are set up afterwards with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Oh, boy. And Julian Edelman just tore his ACL. We go down, and the video highlights still live online. They're incredible. They were both awesome, Bill and Tom. Tom could not have been more engaging and genuine and spoke to her and us for 15 minutes, hugs for her, like awesome. Well, this past Friday, I went to Fanatics Fest in New York City. Tom Brady was there. I had Dylan with me. I go over to Tom. I have Dylan. He goes like, Dylan, don't you remember? You interviewed me in Detroit. Like, he remembered it. He remembered the details. Wow. Like, that. And she's like, you told him to say that. I'm like, I didn't tell him to say anything. It was incredible. That speaks to the kind of person he is. And I've been at like a Best Buddies event where Tom makes all the special attendees there feel so important. Like, I've watched it. I've seen it. And it's real and genuine. And he's a great dude.
Adam, in the NBA Finals with yet another Achilles unfortunately being torn from Tyrese Halliburton, like the chatter right now around the NBA is, okay, do they have to shorten the season? Players have to work harder. They're running more. They're putting so much stress on the ligaments, on the joints. And maybe that's why we saw 3 superstars tear their Achilles during this NBA postseason. Does the NFL consider that larger landscape at all as they push for an 18th game, or are they just off in their own little world? And obviously the NFL world's a pretty big world.
I think the answer is both. I think they do consider the injury data, but I also think that they're also determined to come up with the 18 games. And I think that if there was some injury data that said to them, this is treacherous and dangerous beyond words, I don't think they do it. But I don't think any of the data has suggested to them something that extreme and significant. And so therefore they'll continue plowing ahead and moving forward with the 18-game schedule that the league would love to implement.
Adam Schefter hanging out with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy as he does each and every Wednesday here on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. Adam, what did you make of this sort of explosive claim, this explosive, podcast that Pablo Torre has done, that Mike Florio has been in on, which essentially is alluding to collusion from the league? Now, it sounds like the teams, to their credit, did not collude, but that there was this suggestion of collusion. That is the claim. Those are the allegations. This has all been it's in a lengthy podcast that these guys have done, and there was a grievance that they have talked about. What was your reaction to that development?
From a legal perspective, I think it's very interesting. The arbiter ruled that the teams didn't collude, but presented evidence that there was collusion. So in the end, it's a net sum zero game, I guess, where nothing's proven and the teams are not guilty, even though I think what's interesting about it is just to see a peek behind the curtain of how this world operates. So, again, we're going to go by what the arbiter said, no collusion. That was his ruling. That was the final ruling. But it certainly looked like teams were engaged in shady practices, interesting messages, all sorts of things like that. But what comes of it? I mean, what comes out of that now? You tell me.
Adam, I'm just throwing this out here because I'm curious, but in NFL circles, is there any talk of expansion?
Not that I've heard, but again, I think the expansion goes back to what Gabe said, which is the schedule, the 18-game schedule. Like that's the expansion of the schedule, which would tax more people.
And going overseas, right, Adam? Like we are going to see an increase of the number of games that are played overseas as they continue to try
We're already
to
seeing it
expand
now.
that
We're
footprint.
seeing, we're seeing more international games played this season than we've ever seen in a season. I think it's 6 this year. I see that number increasing, not decreasing over time.
So putting a team in London has kind of been put to bed.
Well, I don't want to say it's put to bed, Chewy. Like, I think those things are out there. I don't think they're pressing or imminent.
Mm-hmm.
I think eventually we could get to a spot, a time where that does happen. It just doesn't seem to be close to happening right now. Now, again, I think the league is always looking for ways to grow revenue. And if it leads to expansion, international expansion, then the league will move in that direction. I'm sure there have been conversations, but there's nothing on the front burner, to my knowledge, about that.
All right, I've waited long enough. Tell me everything. Tell me everything about last week in the Travelers Championship.
Good.
Tell me everything. You got to walk with Rory McIlroy, the eventual winner in Keegan Bradley, who won in thrilling fashion. I saw the pictures of you and Rory, got to catch a little bit of the action. You were fantastic. Tell me everything that you can about the Travelers Championship.
I actually wholeheartedly endorse this. I would love to hear. I would love to hear about how that experience was for you, Adam.
Well, Jen, I always say that anytime I'm allowed to step out of my NFL bubble that I've been in for 35 years, I find it to be refreshing and invigorating, like anybody, right? Like anybody who goes to do something different, I think you always find it stimulating. And so I once was allowed to do NBA sideline reporting. Loved it. Would love to do more of it. Golf came up, PGA Tour Live called in conjunction with ESPN Plus. They said to me, hey, you want to do a couple of tournaments? And they asked me initially to do the Truist in Philadelphia, which was a week or two after the draft. I'm like, I would love to, but I honestly I just got back from a week in Wisconsin, the whole season, travel. Like, I'm tired. I need a little break. So we agreed to do the Travelers, and last Tuesday I got assigned Keegan Bradley and Rory McIlroy. Now, you couldn't draw a better pairing, and I basically walked in the shadows of Robert Damron the entire time, and he's a veteran at this particular job. I'm not, and I just was very concerned about stepping out of the way. But when we pulled up to the course, the first guy I see is Rory McIlroy walking into the. And I go, "Hey, Rory, stuck with me for the day. Appreciate having me along for the ride." He just kind of shakes his head, all serious, right? Like locked in. Okay, I go to the putting green. I'm standing around there. Met a caddy from Green Bay, Joe Etter, the caddy for Davis Thompson. Had a long conversation with him on the putting green. That was awesome. Had Ludwig Oberg's caddy, Joe, what's his last name, Gabe? You would know?
No, it's not. No, Joe Grider's on a different bag.
No.
Joe Scovrin. Joe Scovrin.
Yes, Joe Scovrin came over, like, what are you doing here? Tom Hoagie came over to talk to me for a little bit of time. Met Tom Hoagie's physiologist who lives on Long Island, like myself. And then we were out by the driving range. We were walking with Keegan, came over, and I introduced myself before we went out. Very nice. The great part was we're following them the whole round. We get done, and afterwards they're like, "You're going to go interview Keegan one-on-one." Great. So I interviewed Keegan for a few minutes, and then he stuck around, and we talked for like 10 minutes after. Just me and him. Awesome. Love the guy, right? We traded cell phone numbers. He's a huge Patriot fan. And then Rory, I went to thank him for allowing me to tag along. And we spoke for about 10 minutes. And I told him, hey, I got to tell you something. That Masters thing, I know you've heard this a million times, but I just got to tell you, we're one of the great golf tournaments you could ever watch, one of the great thrills, awesome. Like, hope you always remember it. Thank you for a thrilling week. Oh, thank you. And we got talking about a couple of other things, the press, the media, dealing with the media. And it was a really interesting conversation and really enjoyed. He and I did not exchange cell numbers like he and Bradley. But I really enjoyed. He could not have been more gracious and kind. And it was, I don't know what to say, Gabe. It was an unbelievable day, stepping outside your comfort zone, and love going inside the ropes. Love being with these golfers who are so incredible at what they do. And we'll see if I wind up doing more of it in the future.
So you got to talk to Keegan. He ends up winning the tournament. Keegan's also the Ryder Cup captain later this year. Do you think he can be the Ryder Cup captain and a player? Because right now, undoubtedly, he deserves to be on that team as a player.
I don't know why he couldn't. And by the way, like with the good karma and mojo that I brought him, I don't know why he wouldn't bring me out on that Thursday as the sideline reporter again to follow him along. Like, I don't know why he wouldn't do that.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
Yeah. Me too. I'm awaiting his text to see if he's going to invite me out, see if I want to follow along that Thursday. I mean, by the way, it's not far from my house, so I can be out there, make him comfortable, cheer on USA, and go Captain Keegan, all that stuff like that.
Gabe just wants to be your spotter. That's it.
Yeah, if you've got an extra spot, I'm just saying, like if you need an intern, Adam, just let me know. Like I'm there for you.
Have you ever met Keegan or Rory?
I have never met Keegan or Rory. No.
Yeah, it was a great day. It was pretty cool. Like, you did that. I did that on Thursday all day. Loved it. And then Friday I went to Fanatics Fest in New York City to interview Robert Kraft, which, again, I've known Mr. Kraft for a long time, and Chris Webber. So it was like, that was when I brought Dylan and she got the chance to talk to Tom Brady. So it's 2 days like that back to back that are just very different than things that I ordinarily would do. And so it was very, very cool. Very honored.
So you call Robert Kraft Mr. Kraft. What's the criteria for that? Is it somebody that's
No, actually, I call
him
RKK, and he insists that most people call him R. And in fact, I said to him before, I'm like, hey, we're going on the stage in front of a group of people here. You want me to call you Mr. Kraft? RKK. You got it, RKK. So RKK is what he goes by. And I explained that to the audience on the podcast.
Yeah, it's hard for me to break out of some of those formalities. I work with Nick Saban. I always call him Coach. He's like, Nick.
Right.
And I'm like, sure, Coach. It's very challenging for me to call Nick Saban Nick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see it. Yeah.
What do most people on the set call him there, Jen?
Well, at his request, Nick. That's what he would prefer.
Yeah, he wasn't your coach.
No, I know, but it's a point of reference, reverence rather. I always feel like if somebody has earned the distinction of coach, you call him coach. Same with doctor, like Chewy.
Yeah, well, I had always called Mr. Kraft, but he's adamant that he be called RKK.
Well, then you do what he says, man. All right, Adam,
Exactly.
we appreciate you being on the show with us. Have a great week. We'll talk to you again very soon.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great week.
Didn't even get to ask Adam Schefter about our guy, Aaron Rodgers, but we will certainly talk about that as the show rolls on. Stick around.
The Island Resort and Casino is a premier resort destination, and they bring us our conversation with Adam Schefter each and every week. It's the largest resort north of Milwaukee with everything you like to do in one awesome location. Visit islandresortandcasino.com and book your total experience today.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman's Brad Nortman. You hear me talk about Carbless and their refreshing flavors all the time. One of my favorites is watermelon, and Carbless just dropped the Watermelon Vodka Cocktail 4-pack. Perfect for chilling, grilling, or game day thrills. You know the drill. Zero sugar, unlimited flavor. Enjoy clean, crisp refreshment without the guilt. That's what Carbless does. Find the new Watermelon 4-packs wherever you get your Carbless. Crack open the taste of summer and get your bliss on.
Ready to escape to a resort that has it all? The Island Resort and Casino is your total thrill getaway, where championship golf, a luxury spa, world-class gaming, and epic entertainment come together. Tee it up at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Unwind at the Drift Spa. Dine, play, win, repeat. Go all in on an unforgettable getaway. Book your total experience today at islandresortandcasino.com.
It's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. For me and my family, finding the perfect home is a journey, but we don't walk it alone. With the We Sell Group, Rob and Nick aren't just real estate agents, they're part of our family's team. They bring us options, perspective, and peace of mind. While they navigate the market, I can stay focused on all that life has in store. Because at the We Sell Group, it's not just about the home, it's about the people and the path it takes to get there. The We Sell Group, more than agents, part of your journey. Get started with Rob and Nick at wesell.kw.com.
Hey, it's Kyle Bruston Nortman's Brad Nortman. Ready for a fresh ride? Tsunami Express Car Wash is now open in New Berlin. Surf to Tsunami Express and enjoy free washes, giveaways, and membership deals during our grand opening celebration now through July 6th. Tsunami Express uses best-in-class technology, making washing your car fun, fast, and easy. After your wash, enjoy our free premium amenities like powerful vacuums and air for your tires. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Learn more at tsunamiexpress.com/New Berlin.
Make plans to stop by Third Ward Beer Garden at Catalano Square. Experience Milwaukee's favorite beer garden, the perfect spot to meet up with friends in the Third Ward. Open Wednesday through Sunday with live music Thursday through Saturday. Good times and great vibes await at Third Ward Beer Garden.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh, and right now UWD is running their home improvement season sale. Payments as low as $99 a month or no payments and no interest for an entire year. Call 414-410-2000 or go to universalwindowsdirect.com.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with an offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I'm going to go with the corn dog, the old corn dog. The corn dog for the
Pierogies
birthday.
and borscht all day long.
That's just crazy. Nobody likes borscht, let alone on their
it's
birthday.
so good. It's the only thing that makes my mouth water, other than my wife.
On 94.5 ESPN.
We spoke a little bit earlier about some of the prop bets that you can make at Potawatomi Sportsbook on Ms. v. Skenes today. Well, Potawatomi also has the Boundless Bounty going on this June. It's a treasure worth $300,000 in cash and prizes, and you just got to play your favorite slots. There are 40 winners each Thursday. That, of course, includes this Thursday, and the $300,000 Boundless Bounty happening this month. Do not miss it. There is more information available on the Potawatomi website, which is potawatomi.com. You must be 21 years old to play and a rewards member to participate. Want to get to Aaron Rodgers in the second hour of the show because Aaron Rodgers was on the Pat McAfee show yesterday, basically telling us, guys, this is it. This season is going to be your last chance to catch Aaron Rodgers under center in the NFL. And one single solitary tear rolls down my cheek. So Aaron Rodgers also telling us, Chew, and I know this will come as no surprise to you, that he doesn't necessarily like media attention. He doesn't need people to pay attention to what he is doing, which sort of flies directly in the face of announcing a retirement tour, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't really. I mean, I try to give him the benefit of the doubt, but he makes it so difficult, right? If you want to keep everything private, stop doing McAfee. Stop talking about things, Just do your job when it comes to the media and fade away. Now, he did say that he is going to disappear once he's done playing. I don't think anyone believes that. I think his problem is he's so bothered by people that hate him. And he can't stop looking. He can't let it go. Who cares, Aaron? Who cares? You play in stadiums that 90,000 people hate you. Doesn't affect you, or it hasn't affected you really in the past. Treat it like that. Who cares? Twitter's rotten for the most part. Well, not for the most part.
No, it is for the most part.
95%.
It's rotten?
Oh, it's terrible.
So
and it's gotten more rotten, actually.
Yeah, who cares?
So it's interesting that you say that, because that has always been a prime part of Aaron Rodgers' success, is the chip on the shoulder and proving people wrong. And he even mentioned it yesterday on McAfee when McAfee was asking him about Tyrese Halliburton's recovery, right? They made the parallel with the Achilles injuries that Aaron certainly suffered and now Tyrese is dealing with. And Rodgers' first reaction was, well, use the motivation of all those things they say you can't do. It's baked in the cake, man. Like, I don't think he can get away from it.
Where does participating in a documentary while you're still playing about you fall into I don't want media attention? Where does that fall? Just out of curiosity.
I know.
When you're just a willing participant in a documentary called Aaron Rodgers Enigma.
Somewhere between hypocritical and a complete fraud.
Okay.
And we need to find what that is.
We need to find that word. Whatever it is.
It's kind of like me with stupid.
There's a sweet spot. Yeah. We haven't nailed it yet, but that sweet spot certainly exists. I'm with you, Chew. I've gotten to the point where I want to give Rodgers the benefit of the doubt. I genuinely hope that he is happy and fulfilled, that what he has done on the football field has given him whatever it is he's been searching for, it seems like, for most of his life. And he seems to be making the case that it is, and that he is happy in his relationship, that he is married and on all of these things. But to your point, then, stop hammering the point of it's everyone else's fault. Mm-hmm. Everyone else. The whole thing with the marriage, I agree. If your wife wants to stay out of the public eye and you are doing this and you are making that a priority, I think there are things you could have done that would have certainly not sparked curiosity, certainly wouldn't have made people go, wait, Aaron Rodgers is married? Like, some of it is just genuine curiosity. Some of it is like, well, who's his wife? Well, no, you can't know that. Oh, okay. All right. Well, this is weird. And again, if that is their preference, if that is they're making that a priority, fine. But Homer brought up the point, then don't wear a wedding ring. And again, I'm torn on whether or not I think that is a strong point by Homer, or I think it's an insane point by Homer. Because if genuinely Rodgers is prioritizing his wife's desire to be anonymous, to not be known by the public, you know what makes that a whole hell of a lot easier? Is not wearing a ring that designates that there is now a significant other to wonder about.
That might not be his choice, though.
It could be hers.
That's what I'm saying. For example.
Yeah.
So one of my best friends does not wear, him and his wife been happily married for over 10 years now. He does not wear a wedding ring like his dad never did. So he never felt like he had to. So before my wife and I got married, we were sitting with them, and his wife asked, "Oh, Gabe, are you going to wear a wedding band? Because my husband doesn't. Would you wear a wedding band?" Before I even had a chance to breathe, to answer, "Yeah, I'm going to wear one." My wife said, yeah, he's going to have one.
But his
So
problem...
that might not be Aaron's choice, in fairness to Aaron.
His problem is this, okay? It's okay in sports to have the mentality of me against the world as a motivator. We all did it. I did it. You know, you go into a hostile environment. All right, it's just us 53 against... That's fine. But if you move that over to life and it's me against the world, dude, you're going to implode. You're never going to be happy if his transition is, all right, I'm no longer playing sports, but it's me against the world now. Ain't a good thing. Dude, stop reading press clippings or whatever it is, all the negativity. It's going to implode you. Who cares?
Still super pumped to see him play this year, though.
Yeah.
I'm super jacked.
Are you ready? You versus Ketchup?
I am ready. Yes. I'm confident.
I like that.
Okay.
It'll go a long way. Chewy v. Ketchup coming up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Northbound on 4394, starting to see some delays right around the Lapham area onto the high rise. Then you're back on the brakes out of the Marquette all the way up towards Keefe. Southbound 43 backing up from just basically right between Brown Deer Road and Good Hope all the way down past Silver Spring. Southbound 41 heavy from Good Hope Road all the way to about Burleigh. Northbound's backed up from Watertown Plank Road all the way to Hampton. And westbound 94 still heavy from about 25th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard and then coming out of the Zoo interchange to the county line. Traffic is brought to you by Live Comedy on Okauchee Lake. Join us for dinner and a show at the Golden Mast on Friday, June 27th with comedian John DeBoer. Get your tickets at goldenmastin.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly cloudy skies, scattered morning showers, then isolated afternoon storms with a high of 73. Tonight, scattered showers and storms, a low of 64. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Don't scroll past summer. Experience it live at Summerfest because it's more than just a music festival. It's your summer highlight reel. Don't miss Summerfest, June 19th to July 5th. Presented by American Family Insurance. Get tickets at summerfest.com.
Whether you're a local who wants to enjoy a night out or you're planning to visit Milwaukee, enjoy an artfully stylish experience at St. Kate the Arts Hotel, conveniently located in the heart of downtown Milwaukee's Theater District. With deluxe accommodations, culinary creativity, on-site art galleries, artist in residence, and nightly live music, you'll enjoy every element of your stay at St. Kate. Learn more and book your stay at stkatearts.com.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You said no salad at dinner?
Oh, yeah. Isn't that weird? A pizza place.
Now it's less weird, just so you know.
But I think most people love a salad with their pizza.
Oh, hey, guys. Man, I'm telling you, this pizza idea is really gonna happen.
This is the thing where you go and you have to make your own pizza?
Yeah, we give you the dough.
No salad at a pizza place is a deal breaker?
Yes.
I have to be honest. I have never had a salad with my pizza.
I have to have a salad with my pizza.
You smash it, you pound it, you fling it up in the air, and then you get to put your sauce, and you get to sprinkle your cheese, and then you slide it into the oven.
Very good pizza, lasagna, the wine, absolutely horrible.
No. You're not allowed. No.
Yeah. It's almost undrinkable for me.
You know, you have to know how to do that. You can't have people shoving their arms into a 600-degree oven.
It's all supervised.
Oh, well.
You want to invest.
My money's tied up in change.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
This is a reminder to simplify your everyday banking with Great Midwest Bank. Open up a checking or savings account today. Experience friendly, simply local service plus competitive rates. The best of both worlds. Great Midwest Bank even offers 24/7 online banking. Whether it is at noon on a Tuesday or Saturday night at 11 o'clock, you can access your accounts. And when you need assistance, there are real people helping your needs. Great Midwest Bank is simply local and member FDIC. That was a stall tactic as we wait for our ketchup.
I smell the fries. Smell pretty good.
When's the last time you ate something before noon?
Oh, it's been
Cousin subs.
a while. Yeah, it's probably the cousins. Those were too good to
Whenever
not
Justin
dive
McCoy
into.
comes in with free food, Chewy will eat that. But usually you kind of do the old morning fast.
Yes.
And then around noon, you actually eat some lunch. Gabe is efforting the fries and the ketchup. I asked him if he wanted me to help him do the squeezy into the little ramekins.
Well, we can fill our time here wisely. I've set an over-under. How many of the ketchups will Chewy correctly diagnose? I've got the under 1.5.
Whoa.
I'm completely accounting for just happenstance and dumb luck.
Well, I got to nail the one.
I've got you at plus 300 to nail Heinz. I don't know if you're going to be able to do it.
Okay.
Look at him. He's already ripping the lids off the little ramekins that Gabe has provided. Gabe, I assume those ramekins are numbered.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, and Gabe has the cheat sheet
See, I
over
can
there
almost
somewhere.
tell by texture which one's Heinz.
Oh my gosh. Well, whatever works, pal. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh. I hope that you are tuning into the YouTube stream, folks, to watch this because he is looking at these like they are specimens. Like they are specimens in a lab. I half expect him to pull a microscope out and start looking at it.
All right. I need some help here. We need to remove all the things in front of Chewy so we can get a good glimpse at it.
Okay, so we need the computer moved. We need his computer closed. Well, that shouldn't be a problem. He barely uses the sucker. Research. Gabe, slide that computer screen right there. Wherever, yeah. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, way over there.
Way too vinegary. Way too vinegary.
This is bizarre. Can we get some music? What do we got? Yes. Excellent. All right, so he is sniffing the ketchups as we speak. Gabe, how many ketchup samples did you provide us?
So we have 5 ketchup samples. So we did, because his favorite obviously is Heinz, so that's where we started. Hunt's, I think, is the other famous one that I could find. Red Gold, which I've seen a lot of different places. Then we got a Kroger, which is the generic. And we also got an organic. I was hoping to find Annie's, but my grocery store only had the Simple Truth organic. So we'll see if he can tell the difference between organic and non-organic ketchup.
I already got Heinz nailed.
Okay, so just so you know, Brewers 9 on the YouTube stream says, it's a Twix! They're all Twix! It was a setup, I tell ya! Can we confirm that it is not all Twix?
As I was getting ready for this last night, Eric Name texted me and said, you should just give Chewy all Twix.
All right, we ready?
He would have appreciated it, yes. So what are we doing? Are we smelling and tasting? What do we got going on?
If
whatever
he
I'm
wants
just
to
trying
do.
to nail Heinz right now, is what I'm trying to
So,
do.
Gabe, what you should do is put the bottles in front of him and let him try and make determinations of which is where.
I got Heinz.
Hilarious. All right, when you think you know them, put them in front of, and you kept the caps, right? Because the caps are the ones with the numbers.
Yeah,
okay.
the caps are the important part.
Whew.
Some of these smell like ass.
I can't believe you're smelling
I mean,
the
that
ketchup.
one has too much vinegar in it.
Smells ketchup.
So the problem is it may have too much vinegar in it, but you don't know which of these ones has a lot of vinegar in it.
I think your next should be to try and hunt out the organic.
That's what- yeah.
Yeah, that's probably your.
I thought you
your
were making a
best
Hunt's joke there, but
Nope.
That one's not bad. This one smells like apples.
is your expectation that Hunt's is going to be the next easiest one since you have had that before?
Yeah. I'm with Joshy. I'm trying to go organic. Now, Kroger's the cheapest, right?
Yes, Kroger would be, if you want I can pull up the receipt off of the Metro Market app.
Oh, yeah.
If you'd like.
For pricing?
Yeah, if you're curious about the pricing, we can also do that later.
The one flaw in his situation is that he has talked about how when the ketchup sits in the refrigerator, it separates.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the luxury of time.
No.
Nor refrigeration.
Well, and of
here.
course, before I put anything in there, it's not like I just popped them open and squeeze. You got to shake a ketchup bottle. That's what you have to do, especially after you open it for the first
But
time.
you do get that runny one.
This has got to be Kroger. Sorry, Kroger. I know you're closing stores, too. I know why now, because the ketchup is horrible. Jesus, bro.
So what number is it so far so Gabe can at least...
So I got 2 and 3.
Okay, so you got 2 and 3. You believe 2 is the Kroger. You believe 3 is the Heinz.
All right, I'm going for organic now.
Okay.
Trying to find the organic one.
What do you think an organic ketchup tastes like?
I would say more tomato forward.
Oh.
Yeah.
A little less sugary, probably, a little less processed.
I think that's it.
I love how he's taking...
One is really sweet.
I love how he's doing the, like... He's really taking his time with this.
Oh,
I
he
thought he was going
wants
to
to
fly
do well.
through. Yeah, I thought he was going to fly. The fact that he's had this many fries, I'm glad I made this many fries because he may go through
all of them,
a decent amount of them as he's trying to figure out which ketchup is which.
I think this is, where's the organic, Gabe?
That one's right there. That one's the organic.
That one goes there. And what do I have left?
So you've got Red Gold and you have
Which
Hunt's.
are backups to Heinz.
So they should be, theoretically, the second and third best to your
Correct.
palate.
Yes. This one smells. A lot of vinegar in that one.
Again, if you're not watching on the YouTube stream, this is a sight to behold.
I've never seen somebody sniff ketchup to begin with.
It reminds me of when you see someone wine tasting and
Yeah.
they throw it in their mouth and they're like
You didn't give him a palate cleanser.
Swishing between
Yeah, well, I mean, what do you think?
sips.
What do you think that Mio is for, right? He's got water in front of him.
I'm just glad he hasn't done this thing yet. Like
See,
they
now,
do with the wine.
Angie goes with the red gold.
Okay.
And I like Hunt's, but I think Hunt's is second to Heinz.
Okay.
So
I'm
the
gonna go
second
there.
best flavored one you think is Hunt's.
Yes, and then I'm going to go there.
Wait, final answer?
Yes.
Wow.
All right,
All
so
right.
you have. Are these in order? So is number 1 Red
1,
Gold?
2, 3, 4, 5.
That's very helpful.
But
So
okay.
he has said that number 1 is Red Gold. He says that number 2 is Kroger. He says that number 3 is Heinz. He says that number 4 is the organic brand. And he says that number 5 is Hunt's. Chewy, just slide your Mio a touch that way so that folks on the old YouTube stream can see.
Okay.
Drum roll.
So Chewy has correctly identified 1 ketchup.
Knew it. I was right. My over-under was perfect.
He has.
It has to be Heinz.
He has to. So he correctly identified 1 ketchup.
If it's not Heinz, buddy.
So number 1 was the organic ketchup. Number 1 was the organic ketchup. He had that as Red Gold. So 1 was organic.
Okay.
Number 2 was Heinz.
Oh, no.
Number 2
The
was
one you
Heinz.
said was Kroger.
That was the worst?
Yeah.
There's no way. You're a cheater.
No.
He's tasting it again.
It really doesn't smell good.
That's the perfect conclusion. The perfect ending.
Number 2 was Heinz. 3 was Red Gold. 4 was Kroger. And number 5, the one he correctly identified,
Was
Hunt's.
So I just
Hunt's might be his
What's
favorite.
maybe
three?
Hunt's
What's
guy.
3?
3 was Red Gold.
You're a Hunt's guy.
I think you might be a Hunt's guy.
I wasn't far off.
All right, hold on.
You said number 2 was the worst one. I believe, and I quote,
Yes.
this tastes like ass.
Sorry, Kroger.
I've got COVID.
Long COVID. Just out of curiosity, without knowing what they are, which you already do, but
Yeah.
which one tastes the best? Which one do you like the best? I'm assuming it's the one you thought was Hunt's.
Yes.
I thought Kroger.
No, because you thought that was a bad one, but that is Heinz. Which
Oh,
one do you think tastes
3.
the best?
So
Wow.
3, which was the Red Gold.
Red Gold Chew.
Which is Ange's backup.
Oh,
Okay.
no. We've just undermined your whole argument.
I know.
This could not have gone better for everyone not named Mark Chimera.
The fact he
like, it was great for us. It was great content. It's great for his wife because now she's right.
All right, mustard next Wednesday.
You think you're going to redeem yourself somehow?
It's unbelievable that the one thing he gave us the most on was the Heinz. He went so hard after number 2 for tasting like ass, being terrible, and it's the one he
claims to love the most.
Unbelievable. You couldn't write it.
No, you couldn't.
You couldn't.
You really couldn't.
I'm not going to lie. I had to work really hard to hide.
Good work.
When he was like, oh, this would taste like ass. I'm like,
you keep it together. Keep it together. Keep it together.
This really doesn't smell good.
This is too good.
Wow. Well, that was fantastic. Thank you so much for that. I will be remembering that for a very long time. And if anybody wants to clue in Chewy's wife, who may or may not be listening this morning, this is an excellent opportunity to let her know that he was, wrong.
Looks like red gold.
Red gold and Hunts.
From
the official
now on.
Ketchups of the Chimera household. Let me tell you about our friends at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. If it's time to upgrade your windows or doors, but you don't want to spend a fortune, that's where Pella comes in. Because not only is Pella the best in the industry, of course, we've talked about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin for years here on ESPN Milwaukee, but they have a product line for every budget. And right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, you can get no interest and no payments for up to 2 years. So if the plan was to wait, guess what? You can get it now and wait to start making payments up to 2 years later. Certain restrictions apply. It ends 6/30/2025. It's the end of the month, so you're going to want to hurry. Set up that free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com. And when you go and use Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, tell them Gabe Neitzel sent you.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Northbound 43 still backing up from about Kilbourne all the way up towards Keefe. Southbound backing up from Good Hope Road past Silver Spring. You're back on the brakes from Keefe down towards Locust. Southbound 41 still kind of a heavy ride from Appleton Avenue down to about Burleigh. Northbound's heavy from just before Mayfair Road up to Hampton. And then on westbound 94, a couple pockets of heavy traffic between 27th Street and Hawley Road. Back on the brakes between Highway 100 and the county line. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, mostly cloudy, scattered morning showers, then isolated afternoon storms. A high of 73 tonight. Scattered showers and storms, a low of 64. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Turn your driveway into the basketball court of your dreams with Precision Sports, Southeastern Wisconsin's dealer for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator hoop systems. From installation to customizable painted court lines, Precision Sports is a slam dunk. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Got an unused car, truck, or SUV just sitting in your garage? Now's the time to act. Your vehicle donation to Rawhide Youth Services provides essential mental health care for youths facing trauma and behavioral challenges. Your help is needed right away. Your vehicle could be the key to a young person's fresh start. Don't wait. Donate today at rawhide.org or call 1-800-RAWHIDE. Empty your garage. Fill a young life with hope.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves. Are you talking about the One collection? Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart. The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment. The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's. To find the Kessler's nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. This summer, I'm getting relief from the hot Wisconsin sun whenever I need it with my motorized retractable awning from Comfort Awnings. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors all summer long. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $400 off your awning or screen. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
The Golden Mast is offering relaxing rides on Okauchee Lake aboard their brand new Bay Runner pontoon patio. Enjoy 2-hour cocktail cruises on Thursdays and Sundays. Get tickets at goldenmastin.com. Private event rentals also available. Bigger boat, more people, more fun. goldenmastin.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
363. What's that?
The number of yards they gave up on the ground against the Philadelphia
It's a
Eagles.
Bible verse, John 3:63. Look it up. Tell us what it
I
says.
thought it was Joe 363, and it was "Thou shalt not get past me on the line of scrimmage."
On 94.5 ESPN.
Oh, make me over. I'm all I wanna be.
Whether you're a local who wants to enjoy a night out or you're planning to visit Milwaukee, enjoy an artfully stylish experience at St. Kate the Arts Hotel, conveniently located in the heart of downtown Milwaukee's Theater District with deluxe accommodations, culinary creativity, on-site art galleries, artist in residence, and nightly live music. You'll enjoy every element of your stay at St. Kate. Learn more and book your stay at stkatearts.com. That's stkatearts.com. I would like to do a wellness check, please. I would like to do a wellness check on Chew.
Well, I mean, Joshy's already dunking on him.
Yeah, shocking.
The second Infinity Exterior poll on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on Twitter is Chewy a ketchup fraud? Yes. Choice 1 is yes. Choice 2 is yes, but more yes. Choice 3, total fraud. Choice 4, no. Right now, no has 0 votes. Yes has 17. Yes, but more yes has 50. And total fraud has 33%.
Total fraud is hard to the hole.
I take that as a win. Don't know how.
The thing is, you suggested that we do a mustard test next. And mustard, other than, I mean, the mustards are so different, right? You got the yellow mustard, you got the Dijon mustard, you got the honey mustard. Like, all of those are very distinctively different.
Oh, yeah.
If you didn't nail that.
No, I was just saying yellow mustards. I think that would be impossible.
Yeah.
Just like the ketchup for you.
Golden.
Heinz.
I don't think anyone's getting that.
Yeah.
There is a different taste in ketchup, though.
Well, I think, you proved that. I think you had determined, yes, that they all tasted differently, smelled different even, but ultimately just
So I got to start buying Kroger, I guess. Because I thought that was nice.
you thought Kroger was the best.
I take it back, Kroger.
That is, again, the order in which you put it.
Yeah.
The order in which it all happened, I could not have asked for a better outcome as a neutral observer.
Yeah, haters will say it was set up. And speaking of haters, I have gotten some messages on the private talk and text line that your wife has been informed of the outcome and the results of the ketchup taste test already, so you can expect that the next time that you two convene.
How are you going to face her?
She always says she's right, so...
I mean, this time it's
just another day that ends in Y in the Chimera household.
Yeah.
Can we get a drop that says, Angie was right?
Yeah.
What else is new? Angie was right. Oh, buddy.
Is she going to throw out, because you have in your refrigerator a bottle of ketchup of Heinz that has your name on it, correct?
Yes.
Is she just going to dump that out now?
No, because she's Sicilian. And...
It's a waste of money. Okay, yeah, I get it.
But she, actually, the red gold was number 2, I thought, which was good, tasty. So
why don't you take one of them home with you? Take the Kroger with you if that's the one that you like.
I really don't eat ketchup. I don't eat fries.
Wait, what the?
Like a burger, you know what? You know what's good? I put barbecue sauce on a burger now.
Okay, so like a cowboy burger.
Yeah. Ketchup, I really like. Fries, I'll eat with mustard.
The ground is really falling from underneath me right now.
Can I vote again? Total fraud is strong enough.
Call me a Rodgers.
we got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Still a lot of stuff to get to this morning. I still want to get to more of the Skenes v. The Miz today at AmFam Field. I got some trivia that I want to throw the guys' way and see if they can distinguish between. Well, distinguishing this morning is not Chewy's strong suit, but maybe Gabe can help him distinguish the two pitchers, the two aces, or the two flamethrowers who are going to be on the hill today at AmFam Field.
Hey, let me tell you what I did and joined a great club called the Wisconsin Country Club. Now, I love it because of the challenging course and the great practice areas that we have. Stephen Watson and I were up there last night for On the Tee, and again, he's belonged a lot longer than I have. This is my second full year. I love the range, the couple different practice short game areas that we have in the putting green, and of course, the golf course with the weather we've had is just starting to sing. It's an incredible condition. So if you're looking for a great place to play, join the Wisconsin Country Club. No assessments, no food and beverage minimums, just the incredible challenging course. We also have other top-tier amenities like tennis, pickleball, and a pool for the kiddos with Sunday Fun Day. Get started today, thewisconsincountryclub.com. It's just a fairway away.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Still seeing some delays. Northbound 43 coming out of the Marquette all the way up towards Keefe. Southbound, a little bit backed up right past Silver Spring, and then again from Capitol Drive down to about Burleigh. Westbound 94 slowing down as you're coming out of the stadium interchange all the way to about 68th Street. Eastbound slowing down just before Hawley Road through the stadium as well. And then on northbound 41 backed up from Mayfair Road to Hampton. Southbound from Appleton Avenue to Burleigh. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly cloudy, scattered morning showers, then isolated afternoon storms, a high of 73. Tonight, scattered showers and storms, a low of 64. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
With more than 35,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served more than 5 million people globally. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
Truck drivers, the job you have today might not be the one you want tomorrow, and that's okay. At Schneider, our transfer team is here to help you if you decide the job you picked isn't the right fit, or if you come across life changes that require a different schedule or home time. Last year, nearly 2,000 Schneider drivers transferred to different opportunities at the company that better met their lifestyle. Find the driving job that fits yours and your family's needs. Apply now at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Summertime is the time for all the big events. Weddings, milestone birthdays, even corporate events. Elevate every event with Noble Catering, a premier craft caterer in southeastern Wisconsin, preferred by over 30 venues. Noble Catering is also the exclusive caterer of Villa Terrace, an East Side event treasure. And coming in 2026, Noble's new headquarters, a 400-person event venue in the heart of Bayview called Brixton's Turn. Book them for your event at noblecateringco.com.
Red, White, and Vroom. Celebrate freedom with horsepower at American Place Casino, located in Waukegan, Illinois. Don't miss your chance to win a 2025 Ford Mustang Dark Horse Premium. Free bonus entries daily, June 20th through July 5th. New members, listen up. Join AP Rewards and grab 25 bonus entries daily during the promotion period. And don't miss the grand finale, drawing for the Mustang on Saturday, July 5th. Visit AmericanPlace.com to learn more. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Milwaukee just got hotter. Announcing the buys of summer at Ewald Automotive Group. Get the lowest prices guaranteed on new vehicles. We'll beat your best price by $500 or we'll pay you $500 cash. Guaranteed. With over 1,500 vehicles to choose, you're sure to find the perfect ride for your family. 11 brands, 10 locations, one easy experience. Don't miss Ewald's Buys of Summer sales event going on now.
Go to ewaldauto.com.
See dealer for details. Expires month end.
You are listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I mean, this world is geared towards women. Like, what do we
I am
get?
stepping away from this. Goodbye.
Like, what do we get? They get a comb that dries your hair. We get a stupid razor.
Hey,
I mean, what's the coolest thing we get? They get the hair dryer?
Control.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Find out what all the screaming is about. BOGO going on right now. Screaming Sicilian at Pick and Save in Metro Market. I honestly thought, when I stopped by Metro Market yesterday to get all these ketchups for Chew, thought about grabbing a couple. I don't know if I'd have any more room in my freezer, though, because you want to stock up on Screamin' Sicilian. See what all the screaming is about. Again, they've got the great regular crust, but if you're looking for something thinner, thin and crispy, even thinner than that, tavern style, a Wisconsin classic, or you can always try the Detroit style pizza. It's a thicker crust. The cheese caramelizes on the edges. They figured out somehow to make that crust just thin and airy and yet have a good, it's a fantastic crust. Try it out. Detroit style, Screamin' Sicilian. You can get it. Buy one, get one right now. Screamin' Sicilian, Pick and Save in Metro Market through July 1st, and you can find out what all the screaming is about.
Reaction rolling in on the Carbless Talk and Text line 800-990-3776. Remember, you can always get into the show on the Carbless Talk and Text line. Ketchup arrogance, add it to the list, says Mac in the 262.
We already had mustard arrogance, too, so we can just add ketchup right next to it.
Condiment arrogance. Sam weighing in saying, how about Chewy breaking the mold and making a blind taste test actually good radio? Good job, Chew. And then Jason in the 414 weighing in saying, in culinary school, my class had to taste 10 different ketchups the same way that Chewy just did. We did the test. 70% of the class, which was 50 students, said that Heinz was the worst ketchup, even though 90% of the class said that that's what they eat. Feel better, Chewy.
Well,
you're not the only one.
It's great branding by Heinz.
Yeah.
We're terrible, but y'all think we're really good. Let's get to some Skenes v. Mizorowski trivia, shall we? I've got some questions here from my guys. Hopefully our loyal listeners can play along at home as well. It will be about Paul Skenes or Jacob Mizorowski, who will be on the hill today at AmFam Field. So these shouldn't be that difficult. Again, and maybe we'll learn something about these guys. So, Gabe, we're just going to go around the horn. We're going to keep score, see who gets the most correct between you, Joshy, and Chew. Are you ready, Gabe Neitzel?
Let's do it.
Paul Skenes played his final college season at which school before becoming the #1 overall pick in the 2023 MLB draft?
Louisiana State University.
LSU is the correct answer. LSU, who, of course, just won another.
That's because he's dating the chick. That's how you knew that.
Okay, well, how do you know that that's not going to be on the quiz later? You just...
Fair.
I mean, I pay attention to the College World Series.
Okay.
He was like the biggest story.
Yeah.
1 point to Gabe Neitzel. Number 2 to Joshy. Paul Skenes transferred to LSU from which school where he originally played 2 positions?
Haven't the faintest idea.
Darn it!
I'm going to say Vanderbilt.
Air Force Academy is
you're
where
close.
Paul Skenes was before then. Chewy, question to you. Spell Brewers.
BREWEE1ERS.
Big win.
What?
I got
I
it.
curtailed the questions to your skill
Hey.
set, Gabe.
Reach-you rules apply to this as well.
Hip hop.
All right.
Anonymous.
Let's talk about our guy Jacob Mizorowski for a moment. Jacob Mizorowski played junior college baseball at which Kansas school before transferring to a Division I program, Gabe?
Crowder College, I believe, is the
Did you
JUCO he
really?
went to. Yeah, Crowder.
So he didn't get a scholarship out of high school? Is that why you go to a JUCO?
Yeah,
Or grades?
well, yeah, and you can go to a JUCO. So the rules in baseball are so weird. So if you go to a JUCO, you can get drafted while you're at the JUCO. But if you go to a 4-year university, you
Yeah.
have to wait for 3 years before you can be
Wow,
drafted.
that's weird.
Yeah, or just be drafted right out of high school.
Wow.
So now you see why I didn't give Chewy that question. The chances of Chewy getting Crowder College was pretty slim. Joshy, to you, before focusing solely on pitching, Paul Skenes also played which position at Air Force?
Shortstop.
Dang it, Joshy. Am I giving you the hard ones?
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
He was a catcher at Air Force.
That's weird.
I was just trying to do usually the best athlete pitches and is at shortstop.
Especially if you're going to Air Force, right?
Right, I can't imagine.
If you could throw the ball that hard, yeah, just probably put him at shortstop.
Chewy, your question is spell Jacob.
There's only one decision.
I know,
you have to
no,
make.
you can go with a K.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only decision you have to make.
J-O-C-O-B.
Oh, Jacob?
Jacob? You idiot. Trying to fix the game here for you. You can't even.
I got it right in front of me, too.
What? Wait, you got the name in front of you, and you still spelled it wrong? Hey, just use the whiteboard. Spell it out next time.
Chuckle. Gabe is running away with this game, by the way, in case anyone wasn't sure. Gabe, to you, true or false, Jacob Mizorowski and Paul Skenes were both born the same year?
I'll go true. I think they're both 23.
Jacob Mizorowski was born in 2002. Paul Skenes born in 2002. I believe they're just a month apart.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know they're both 23, but I didn't know if there was
a month apart.
24 later.
So that's another yes for Gabe. Have you gotten everyone now?
I have, yeah.
Crowder was the wild card. The fact that you knew Crowder College was... This is a quote about which pitcher, Joshy? You're looking at a generational pitcher, a freak who works like a Navy SEAL. Is that about Jacob Mizorowski or Paul Skenes?
I mean, you gave me the Air Force, so a freak that works that way has to feel like Skenes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I was really rooting for you, Joshy. Somehow you continue to get the hard ones.
Mine are pretty tough.
Yeah, I've known two of Gabe so far, so.
Oh, that's good.
Can we go to geography? Ask me the capital of Cleveland.
Pardon? Here's a little geography for you. Where is Jacob Mizorowski from?
Cleveland.
Ah, Jesus. No.
Where's he from?
Yes.
Poland.
Okay.
Not wrong.
I mean, originally, the family... I don't know if he's ever been, but the family at some point.
Why should I know this?
We talked about it. He's called The Miz. Now, that's not why, but he's from
Cudahy.
Missouri.
Oh, really? I thought it was because of his last name.
It is. He is The Miz because of his last name.
I kind of remember that.
Kind of. Put that on Reach You. I think we got a pretty good chance of him not getting that one. To you, Gabe, which secondary pitch from Mizorowski averages 94.6 miles per hour, harder than most?
That would be what I believe Jeff Levering decided to call The Miz, because everyone debates if it's a slider, if it's a cutter. So Levering just calls it The Miz.
That's exactly correct. Gabe is undefeated in this game thus far. We'll go one more round to Joshy, one more round to Chew. Hold on, scrolling. Joshy, what was Mizorowski's average fastball velocity across his first two MLB starts?
99.6.
Holy crap, that's right.
Saw that stat. Remembered it.
Nailed it, dude. Congratulations.
What place am I in right now?
Let me think.
You did better in the ketchup.
Hey, 1 for 5 is better than Yelich was a month ago.
Fair also. All right, Chew, last question to you. Which team will win the game today at AmFam Field?
The Crew.
All right, we'll go.
Let's go.
There you go.
Standing room only, by the way.
Is it really?
Come on.
Yeah, it's what Rich Schlesinger said last night.
That's amazing. It's going to be electric, man. And again, I have
110 Wednesday.
I have no doubt that the kid is going to be able to handle the pressure, the spotlight, all of the things. I mean, they've been talking about this on MLB Network. This is a game that a lot of baseball fans are circling on their calendars to tune into this afternoon. And it is kind of cool, guys, that Milwaukee is sort of the center of the baseball universe today, right? Like, again, we mentioned this at the beginning of the show. When's the last time that we could say that about Milwaukee and the Brewers?
Wow, that's like opening day.
Yeah.
Should be crazy.
Yeah. It's going to be a packed house for, again, these are the two. I mean, Skenes obviously has proven it a little bit more. He was Rookie of the Year last year when he came up, and heck, he finished third in the Cy Young last year. Like, so Skenes everybody knows about, but that's how much Mizorowski has done in his first two starts to get that type of excitement going that this is the premier baseball game of the day.
What time are you going to get there?
And you really missed your window, by the way, if you were hoping to get Mizorowski at any sort of value out at Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Is it dropped again?
Last I saw it was 125. I think Joshy was going to look, but
it was 175 like on Monday.
I know. I think I saw 125. So sorry about that. I mean, you could still win some money if you want to get down to Potawatomi before you go to AmFam Field today and put a little money on the Miz. But it was $1,200 about 10 days ago.
That's crazy. Wow. Why didn't they bring him up start of the season?
Because the way that baseball arbitration works, you can, by waiting the 2 months that they did, they get an extra year on the back end.
Chew, you remember all that with Ryan Braun?
Not a chance.
Vaguely. Baseball's got a lot of it. Baseball has too many rules. Huh?
I actually thought he was being critical of what I said, and I was like, no, that's how it went down, but you were talking about me saying, you remember that happening with Ryan Braun.
What happened to my ally over here? He just...
You really disappointed him with the Ketchup performance.
It's all downhill.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel comfortable attaching himself to your life jacket anymore.
Back off just a little bit.
Finding the right home is a journey. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes you have to be patient, but it should always be exciting. The We Sell Group at Keller Williams understands that. They're not just about closing deals, they're about building relationships and helping you find the right fit. Rob and Nick are incredibly patient, informative, and available throughout the process. It's so clear that their passion is people. Whether you're ready to move right now, you're just starting to look, or maybe you're thinking about selling, the We Sell Group is on the journey with you every step of the way. Start your journey today at wesell.kw.com. That's wesell.kw.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Brought to you by the Capital One Saver Card. With Saver, you earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, and at grocery stores. That's unlimited cash back on ordering takeout from home or unlimited cash back on tickets to concerts and games. So grab a bite, grab a seat, and earn unlimited 3% cash back with the Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Picture this. You're staying at a hotel about to take an important video call, but the Wi-Fi is slower than 1997 dial-up. You struggle with your phone's hotspot as clients complain about your connection. These stressful situations don't have to happen. When you book a room at La Quinta by Wyndham, you get free high-speed Wi-Fi to handle critical emails, join meetings on time, and even unwind with your favorite shows. No more worrying about spotty connections. Enjoy stress-free stays with reliable Wi-Fi. Tonight, La Quinta, tomorrow you shine. Book direct at LQ.com. Evan Cohen here. Typically, you don't associate speed with quality. For example, you don't go through a fast food drive-through and expect a gourmet meal to go. Well, here's an exception. If you're hiring, you can find candidates fast who are also extremely qualified for your job. Just use ZipRecruiter. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can proactively find qualified candidates in minutes. No wonder why ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.
4th of July savings are here at the Home Depot, so it's time to get your grilling on.
Pick up the Traeger Pro Series 22 pellet grill and smoker, now on special buy for $389, was $549. Smoke a rack of ribs or bake an apple pie. This grill is versatile enough to do it all. This summer, no matter how you like your steaks, your barbecues are guaranteed to be well done. Celebrate 4th of July with fast free delivery on select grills right now at the Home Depot. Subject to availability.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Whether you're a local who wants to enjoy a night out or you're planning to visit Milwaukee, enjoy an artfully stylish experience at St. Kate the Arts Hotel, conveniently located in the heart of downtown Milwaukee's Theater District. With deluxe accommodations, culinary creativity, on-site art galleries, artist in residence, and nightly live music, you'll enjoy every element of your stay at St. Kate. Learn more and book your stay at stkatearts.com.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
My father would always say, and there's a rhyme and a reason to it. He said, if you wear your rubbers in the house, you'll go blind. Do the two youngsters on the show here even know what rubbers are? I'm talking the ones that go over the shoes.
On 94.5 ESPN.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. For Mental Health Awareness Month, BetterHelp surveyed 16,000 people across 23 countries for its first ever State of Stigma report. They found that while 75% of people, 3/4 of people, believe it is wise to seek support, only 27% of Americans are actually in therapy. And when people hesitate to get help when they need it, it doesn't just affect them. It affects their families, it affects their workplaces, it affects their entire communities. Heck, I'm pretty sure I got a therapy session today on the calendar at 10:30. That's why we're talking about BetterHelp. BetterHelp is trying to make those numbers come a little closer together. With more than 35,000 therapists, they're the world's largest online therapy platform, and they've served more than 5 million people globally. Very convenient. You can do it with the click of a button from your home. Fits in your busy schedule. Plus, you can switch therapists at any time. BetterHelp.com/timeout will get you 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/timeout to get 10% off your first month, because we are all better with help. What would you say people's excitement level here in Milwaukee is for the NBA draft tonight game?
Oh, that's tonight?
Yada, yada, yada.
Well, especially when it's happening on Miz versus Skenes Day.
That's true, yeah. But it'll be later in the day. So the Bucks, as we famously know, do not have a first-round pick. They do have a second-round pick. So I know there are some people who are curious as to what they will do with that. But it's crazy because, Chew, it's not just this year. Like, the cupboard from a pick standpoint is very bare for the next 5 or 6 years.
Mhm.
Like, it's
Why is that?
Well, because of all the trades that they made previously.
Oh,
so, New Orleans has their pick this year as part of the Drew Holiday trade from back in 2020. New Orleans has the pick swap next year. Portland's got some of their picks from the Dame trade. It's all over the place.
the Pelicans have the pick swap, right? Or I'm sorry,
Next
no
year.
picks in 2027. Portland has the pick swap in 2028. Is that correct? I mean, it's just year after year after year. They have no picks in 2029. They have a pick in 2030, but Portland can swap again because of the Lillard deal. And then in 2031, they have their picks, their original picks.
So the NBA a while ago kind of decided to save teams from themselves from making horrific trades. So you can't trade back-to-back first-round picks. That's where the pick swap comes in. So let's say the Bucks have a worse record than New Orleans next year. New Orleans go, yep, that pick's going to be ours, and you have to take the worst one. So that's where they got creative and started doing that.
So
the Bucks,
draft and develop does not exist in the NBA.
it doesn't, but I think it might be changing soon with the new salary cap. And as you have stars, you need younger, controllable assets, just like in the NFL.
Okay.
So I think teams might be looking to do that more as the salary cap rules have changed. We saw the success that Indiana and OKC.
That's just what I was going to say. Thank you. Because I know it's not exactly a draft and develop team, but that was a homegrown, if you will, as homegrown as it gets in the NBA. We all know that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was not drafted by OKC, but a lot of those other picks, it was years in the making to build that team to the point where they got the NBA title. And I think, Gabe, that feels much more realistic. I don't know why, but like, as opposed to the incubator that you have seen a lot of teams try to do, where they go out and try to get a big three and then put supplemental pieces around them. What OKC did and what the Pacers did, for me right now, feels more sustainable, again, barring an injury to one of your superstars like Tyrese Halliburton, than trying to hit on collecting this big three to go out and win an NBA title.
Yeah, I think the era of the big three is dead. And I think the era, so even when the Bucks won their championship, as much as we all loved PJ Tucker, they basically told him to go stand in the corner on offense. Like, he was out there for defensive purposes only. It's really hard to succeed with something like that because teams now would just pretty much leave them alone, and now you got to play 4-on-5 on offense, and that's just going to be a really hard thing to live in. Same thing with, teams that might have had somebody who's really good on offense, and they try to hide them on defense. They're going to hunt that switch until they just take advantage of it over and over and over again. So it's they're calling it the weak link theory. How strong is that weakest link? What's your depth like? And that's where, again, maybe having more draft picks in the future and trying to supplement your roster instead of going, all right, well, we got Dwayne Wade and LeBron James and Chris Bosh. Hopefully Mario Chalmers is good enough to be a point guard, and those days are done. You need to have depth, and your top 8 need to be really good.
But is this a product of the ratings not being great and going back? Because, I loved NBA basketball when no one changed teams. Celtics were always the Celtics, Lakers, Sixers, Detroit.
Yeah.
They were the same roster for 5-6 years.
Save a few guys here and there, right? Like you're saying the core of most of the teams was the same.
I don't like buying teams. I just don't.
Well, the NBA's tried that where the most money you can make is by re-signing with the team that you are on.
Okay.
So if Giannis decides in 2 years to opt out of his contract and become a free agent, the absolute most money he can make for the longest amount of years is with the Milwaukee Bucks. He can't make that same money elsewhere. So they've tried to do things to manipulate that, Chew. But honestly, I think a lot of these owners just got sick of spending as much money as they were in the tax. So they tried to hard cap it the way that they did with the latest CBA. And now this is the trickle down of, hey, the CBA's changed, so now how you build your team has to change. And the Bucks, unfortunately, are caught in transition of this team that built it for the old one.
Yeah.
And now, because they built it and had all those championships, they don't have draft picks to try to keep up, and they have to do different things to try to stay competitive.
It's essentially going all in, isn't it? Isn't it a concept that we have talked about before in the NFL?
Yeah, they absolutely went all in. They got their championship. They now have to just figure out ways without draft picks to
get young.
Yes. What do you think they'll do with the 47th pick? It is not tonight, but it is day 2 of the NBA draft.
You could talk me into anything.
Really?
Yeah. Brooke Lopez probably not going to be back. So if there's a big there, you can never have enough wings, right? Guys that can shoot and play defense. Probably need, it depends upon, that obviously they like Ryan Rollins, but if you had another point guard, that's not going to hurt because Damian Lillard's out the entire year. You could literally talk me into anything for the Milwaukee Bucks right now.
As far as the local guys, you got Con Knipple, who they expect to be going this evening. There will be a watch party at Wisconsin Lutheran tonight for the local kid. And then, of course, Cam Jones from Marquette, not tonight likely, but is expected to, maybe hear his name called.
He is going to be a value for someone. Because he's somebody, for whatever reason in the NBA, they still do this, even though guys that end up playing like Cam in college, like they get overlooked because, well, you're 22, 23 years old. I can't do anything with that. Like, what's your potential? We kind of know what you are as a basketball player, and what he is as a basketball player is pretty good. Is he going to be an NBA superstar? No. But can he be somebody that's in that top 8 rotation that you can trust? Absolutely. Somebody's going to get a steal in the second round, I think, for Cam. Like, he doesn't have that top-end potential, but you know what he is, and it's a good basketball player.
Check out the poll today. We put some things on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Twitter poll this morning. I cannot wait to see the voting for Chewy. Is Chewy a ketchup fraud? Yes. Yes, but more yes. Total fraud? No. Right now, with 40% of the vote, total fraud.
What? How many no's?
10%.
That's a win.
Is it?
That's a huge win.
I can't imagine.
No, because I'm a fraud. Right?
So the fact that he knows he's a fraud
And that some
but
people
think he's not a fraud is a win.
Yes. Thank you. You're back.
It's a good point. He makes a
What
good point.
would you do if you received 3 Amazon packages meant for 3 different houses somewhere else in your neighborhood? Take them to each house is winning 80% of the vote.
Wow.
Interpret that as you will.
A lot of people are lying.
Yeah. Thank you.
Will do Tausch is next on ESPN Milwaukee, everybody.
We've got an issue in Ozaki County.